A lot of guys, they go in and start building a business, and then they look up and realize that their marriage and their relationships with their kids are on life support. Did you ever go through a version of that? And if so, what was your wake up call?
I don't know if we ever went through necessarily a version of that, because really since 2022, my wife's been a part of the business, right? Which definitely kind of changes that dynamic a little bit, because it's not like I'm in my own world over here and the marriage is separate. So almost by accident, it became very quickly work-life integration versus work-life balance. And I'm a huge proponent of that. My kids are very active in our businesses. They've walked houses with me. They've went on showings with me. I promise my son has walked more investment properties than most investors out there, and can spot things. So it was never, I was over here working while everything else was falling apart over here per se. Now, I will say there's also been a different dynamic of the marriage might be struggling or has room for growth because both of us are working so much in the same business. And that opens up a whole bunch of doors and a whole bunch of other challenges and opportunities that you can get better at to learn from.
I want to spend a little bit more time here, and I'd love for you to share a little bit more about how you and Jenna intentionally keep business and your marriage and your relationship separate. Like, how do you navigate and ensure that every day and all day is not just a business meeting?
Yeah. And well, first of all, I'll say it's an absolute work in progress. Mm-hmm. Like that is something that we catch ourselves often on, because any decisions made in the businesses, we are talking throughout the day about it. So it's something that we work on. Now, a lot of times we do schedule what I call a level 10 meeting from the book Traction. Every week we have a level 10 meeting to go over things, what's going on in the businesses. Any decision that can wait goes till then. So that helps by having scheduled time to when to talk about business. Because, guys, I'm just going to let you know something. If your wife is cooking dinner and kids are being crazy and there's stuff going on, wrong time to bring stuff up that you want to have a decision made on. Learn that.
How'd you discover that?
Well, honestly, it takes me a long time to learn things. But what we realized from that, and when I'm done working for the day, like I don't want to talk anymore after that time. Even though now the house is closed, she has more capacity, if you will, to talk about it. I'm like, no, I'm done. Like now it's not talk about time. So we learned and we've coined the phrase, which I would recommend everyone getting this, and that's called put it on the list, which again is from the book Traction. Try to, run our businesses a little bit on the EOS system. But the list is an IDS list, which stands for Identify, Discover, and Solve. And in heads of departments and things like that, they should run their team that way. And I'm like, well, we are doing that. So why wouldn't we have that same thing? So then when I want to say something and I want to have this conversation right now, she'll look at me and just say, put it on the list. And I've learned this is not a time to try to push that conversation on. But I'm at ease because I know we have time scheduled to talk about it.
That's a huge tip. And in fact, I'm probably going to grab this from today's call and introduce it into our world. Cause I don't know if you guys are like me. Like right when we're ready to shut things down and go to bed, that's when my wife loves to have all of the conversations about all of the most important things that require a lot of bandwidth. And I've already completely shut off and I'm like, oh man, I really want to validate you in this conversation, but I'm toast. Right. Yeah. She's like, I know we don't want to talk about it right now. However, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, hey, let's get this list going. I'm going to pull that. Thanks for sharing that tactical strategy there. Go ahead. No, go.
What I've realized is I want us to work better together. So that is kind of my mission, my next mission. I don't know if we plan on talking about that or not, but my next mission is to figure out and to help other spouses eventually how to work better together. Because there is a lot of small to medium-sized business owners that are in business together. And it is first of all, it's the most amazing thing ever. Now you're building a life together and now you're building something bigger together. That is awesome to be on the same mission. And it is a very hard, fine line to walk. right? So my goal and mission is for us to get better at that, of course, and then to help other couples get better at that.